There I am, and there's Tony, and there's Max. Hey guys, how are you?
Howdy.
Hello, everybody.
Good to see y'all.
You've been busy, Dan.
I am, but I am beat, man. I told Tony, I said I'm wore out. It's surprising how
Well,
much
you
time
should be after that.
those things take. You know, it's more than just a snapshot, and I don't know if folks realize that. Each one of those photos take about 2 hours just to take.
Yeah.
And then you bring them back here, and it's another 6 hours to develop it. So yeah, it's an all day thing.
No, if it gets to be too much, you can just give up.
Well, there's that.
not happening, though.
Yeah, I'm too stubborn. I'm too stubborn, Tony.
Well, that you probably got too much invested to go just throw it all away.
Well, there is some of that too. But yeah, talk about giving up and investments. Tony, he backed that 40-foot rig of his up 2 miles, didn't you, Tony?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
just trying to keep it from sliding off the road the whole time too.
Yeah, because you were in the mud as you were backing up as well.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
I could imagine trying to get that motorhome off that. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to back that thing up that far.
I'm just happy, because I was on a hill when I got stuck. So I got lucky, and I didn't know how bad it was till I stepped out the door and sunk to almost my shin.
Oh my. Pretty soft.
Yeah.
Oh my. Mika just sent us a note saying hi, hey. She needs to come on here so she can sort of balance this crew out. So it's always good to have some class among us.
Yeah. Yeah, the worst part about backing that thing out is there was absolutely nowhere to turn around. The wife found a spot to turn around on the Jeep. She's like, well, you can turn around here. And I'm looking at the mud up to her rims going, if the Jeep's sinking that far, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So I backed her, like I said, 2 miles out, around corners, up down hills, and
that's amazing.
Backed her out onto the highway.
Man.
Oh yeah, I was shaking pretty good.
I bet, and wore out.
Oh yeah. I slept like a rock that night.
Oh, yeah, I bet you did. Man. And then that night you stayed in the casino parking lot, is that right?
Yeah. I think that's just a gravel behind a little casino.
Oh, okay.
We pulled in there. It was a 10-hour day on the road, so
you're
wrong. A lot of those hours were on that dirt road in the mud.
Yeah.
But every time I'd be backing up around the corner was slow.
Yeah.
So try to slide that motorhome down off the road. It's like, nope, slam on the brakes, pull forward, go high on it,
And how much does that weigh?
I don't know, 3 or 4 ton, 30 or 40 ton. I don't know. At least 50,000 pounds.
Can you imagine, Max?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to back that thing up.
But my Jeep, oh my God, my Jeep was just an absolute mess from it.
I bet it was.
I mean, the motorhome's fine. It's got mud flats. It's got tire scrapers on it. It wasn't bad at all. But yeah, my wife pulls up the Jeep to hook her back up, and I'm like, holy moly. I was going slow, so she was going slow, but she was pulling into these side spots, seeing if I could turn around in them. And it's like, no, I'm backing all the way out.
Wow. Well, I'm impressed with her for being willing to drive the Jeep out through there.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't even stick it in 4-wheel drive. She's like, oh, I thought I was going to get stuck. You got 4-wheel drive.
Oh my. Because said she stayed, it was over 100 degrees one night when they were there.
Oh, it was like close to freezing.
Yeah.
It was 24 degrees here last night. It's
Wow.
going to be 25 tonight. I'm glad I got a good hammock set up.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's insane. It was 50, right at 50 degrees last night at the low here when I was out there.
That's
Actually,
nice.
it
Well,
felt
that's
really,
not too bad.
no, it felt really nice. Which sort of disturbed me a little bit because when I grew up in Alabama, I would have thought 50 degrees would have been winter. So yeah. Oh my. We had our brothers reunion last week. Great fun. It was a lot of fun. And their wives. Got some good pictures there. Some turkeys and this Roadrunner was like a pet. I mean, this Roadrunner, he would run around because we were staying out in a pasture, so he would run around where we were staying. And then I started taking his picture, and he started coming right toward me. He was probably 6 feet away from me.
Wow.
Yeah, he might have been fed before.
Maybe. Just cocking his head back and forth and looking at me, and I was taking his picture, but he was almost too close because I had my big lens on the camera. It won't focus that close.
I've had them sitting here at my desk, and I used to have at one campground, I had the dog kennel running right next to me, and I was inside it. That Roadrunner run up right next to me, and it's like, where's my freaking phone? Of course, it was in my pocket. Took me forever to figure that out. I just clipped him right there, but now I got a bunch of good shots of him, but not the one where I could almost grab him by the neck.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. Yeah, that's. I didn't realize how pretty they are.
Yeah.
The colors. I mean, the colors on his head, behind his eyes, these blues and reds, and really pretty. Yeah, pet Roadrunner. He was looking for the coyote.
Yeah. He'd be careful. He might find him.
Well, true. That would have really made the weekend good.
If he could have got a shot with both of them in it.
Yeah, that would have been good. But,
the coyotes kind of tend to avoid people more than the birds.
yes, they do.
Yeah.
Well, not like out here. We got squirrels out here the size of possum.
No kidding.
I mean, I saw one the other day. He must have been with his tail and everything, almost 3 feet long, about that big around.
Oh my!
What is that running through the woods? And I was like, a big old gray squirrel.
Gray squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen fox squirrels pretty big, not that big, but gray squirrels I haven't. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've seen raccoons, monsters. Everything out here is big. Even the spiders.
Well, you can have those spiders.
Well, I had one up on my monitor, jumped down on the desk, and I'm like, okay, I've seen these guys a couple times. Finally took a picture of it. It's a red-bellied jumping spider.
Huh.
The size of a marble. It's like, okay, now off the desk, I got a picture.
Oh my. Yeah.
Our jumping spiders around here are just them little teeny ones.
Those ones leave marks, though.
Yeah.
Those little ones I don't like. I like the bigger spiders. You can see them coming.
Yeah. That's what I never knew. And then a guy that I was hiking with, he said, you can see them at night because their eyes are fluorescent. You just shine your headlamp out, and they're everywhere. And I didn't believe it. I shined my headlamp out. Yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. Now I'm
And they're
freaking-
everywhere.
I don't like them. Oh man.
I use my light all the time at night, the ultraviolet. And it's
Yeah,
amazing what shows up out there.
Well, yeah. Now last night, as I was driving out to the site where I was doing the photos, I saw a couple of coyotes, I saw a couple of deer. I don't know if it may have been a fox. It didn't quite look like a fox, but it would have been a big possum. It would have been a possum. Yeah, that's always fun. I was trying to change some of my night light settings. I should have done that before, but my computers, my web browsers were acting funny. Even when I first came on, it said that this session had ended. I said, "What do you mean it's ended?"
Huh.
And then
It
freaking out.
started it, yeah.
I got to send you guys new links, and so I got out and I went back in, and there it was. It was fine.
I had to restart my browser earlier. I was watching a YouTube video and I couldn't click the like button. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I can't click on anything.
Oh,
Restart the browser. It worked just
Yeah.
fine.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, when your pictures first came on there, Dan, I didn't hear any sound. And then when you were showing our pages, there wasn't any sound on that either.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
No.
had no audio for that until you came live.
Oh, well, man, that
Something
stinks.
to look into.
Yep, something else to look into. Always keeps us going.
Yeah,
Hey, Kevin.
but as soon as you came on, there was sound. But before that, there was no sound.
It was probably operator error. That happens a lot with me.
Yeah. I
Good to see
imagine
you,
more
Kevin.
so with me.
How are you doing,
If-
Max?
if I-
How's it-
Not bad. My my knees have been bothering me a lot lately. Probably the weather. Yeah. So yeah, even the one that's replaced has been bothering me. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's not
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh.
You wouldn't think there'd be anything in there to hurt.
Nothing left to cause pain. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get Bika
Well,
on here, see how she's doing with her knee.
Must be doing all right. She's venturing around everywhere.
She is. She is. She's
Yeah.
an inspiration. Got Kevin on here and let's see. Rerun, he popped in here. I don't know if he's still here or not. Rerun had sent me a note saying that they're going to Colorado in a few weeks and wouldn't know if I could go, but I can't. And then I am going, I think the 3rd of September is when I fly to Spain to do the Camino de Santiago.
Oh, I wish I was over there instead of in Yuma, Arizona in September.
Yeah, come on over. We'll make it. We'll make it 4 of us. My brother's home.
I don't think I could get away with that. I mean, it's gonna be bad enough. I'm gonna be down there in August,
Heck.
and it's gonna be hot
Yeah.
in June.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Heck, I
time
can
to go
hardly
to
afford
Colorado.
to buy gas to go to the mountain.
I tried to go to a crater yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday. There's a crater, not Crater Lake, which is nearby, but there's
Right.
another one. And I punch in the coordinates in Google where I want to go. It sends me out through the national forest, down these dirt roads going forever. And it's like, I finally hit, deep snow, drove through it for a while. And it's like, okay, I can just see it going uphill. I know it's going to get deeper.
Yeah.
Turned around right there in the middle of the road, 1-lane road with 2 feet of snow, turned around, headed out. All right, we're going to go back down the road to where the sign is. Well, the road's closed going to where I wanted to go. So it was trying to reroute me through the forest roads to go around the closed road.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
If I'd had chains, I probably would have kept going.
Yeah.
But even my Jeep, if I hit 3 foot deep of snow, it's going to lift my front tires up because of the skid plate.
Yeah.
And I really don't have traction anymore. So
No.
nice drive. A couple hours of running around in the woods and enjoying the pines and
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Everything's closed around here.
Yeah, rerun. I was telling them about Colorado in June. My brother, we were looking at the Camino and which, because there's several Caminos,
Right.
not just one. And so Rick, he said, well, I want to do the Primitivo, which is the primitive. It's the original. It's the original route. So, all right, I'm fine with that till I got to looking. It's like hiking through the Smoky Mountains.
Also, you're gonna have to bring your tent and everything.
Well, no, you can't. There's no
No camping.
Wild camping in Spain.
Oh, wow.
So you got to stay between towns. And some of those towns,
get from town to town.
from town to town. So, yeah, I wish it was where you could just sort of, all right, I'm tired. I'm setting up.
Yeah, I'll sit up right here, go to sleep.
Yep, exactly. That's what I did when I was doing the Smokies. I had enough. And then now I'm in the Smokies. You're supposed to stay in the shelters. But
Right.
this was right after COVID, so they had waived all that. So you could stay anywhere. And sort of nice. That was nice.
That's the way I like to do it. I'm
Me
done.
too.
Let me sit up right here. I'm done.
Yeah. That's the way I am. I like to sort of free-will it.
The Camino, it would be fun to do at some point. And maybe I will at some point, but I don't like staying inside.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest issue with something like that is
Yeah.
I don't want to go from house to house. I'd rather go from campsite to campsite.
It's sort of a gentleman's hike because it's all they don't call them hostels, they call them albergues, but
Yeah.
you're
You're basically hiking from pub to pub the whole way.
yes.
I don't mind that part of it, but I don't want to sleep there.
That don't sound like a bad deal.
Somebody's got to do it, Somebody's got to do it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
It should be fun. I imagine Colorado will be fun too. I'm gonna be in Eastern Washington in June and shoot part of July too.
Oh, nice.
Over there, we'll be doing a lot of hiking out there, rock hounding hiking. So it's one of those things that pack gets heavy quick. You don't start out. You start out light, but it gets heavy quick.
Oh, you putting rocks in it or what?
Yeah. Whole different kind of hiking when you're rock hounding.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I know one place we're going is on Rimrock Lake, and there's supposed to be rocks the size of basketballs that are thunder eggs.
Oh.
And I told him, I find a basketball and a couple of little baseballs, I'm good to go with that. But I still got to hike them out of there.
You're done. You're done. You need, like the last time I hiked in Wyoming, I came across a guy that he had 6 llamas that he was taking out. I don't know what he was doing, Max, but he was up in Wind River Range. He had 6 llamas. They were all packed down, and away he was going up through the.
He must have been out there for the season or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It was wild.
I don't know. He might have been running a pack train into some people that were
No, that's
out
true.
there
Yeah, supplies.
and staying out there.
That. I didn't even think of it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and pack in the stuff and let the minerals come back out on the llamas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Huh.
I don't got that option. My dog will only carry so much for me.
Good sized dog. Maybe he could carry a couple of.
Bad enough he's got to carry his own food and water no matter what we're doing. He doesn't mind. His pack fits him really well. So.
Yep.
But yeah, I think he'd look at me kind of funny if I start throwing rocks in his pack.
Yeah, I bet he would.
Just like anybody else. I'm out of room. I need to throw some in your bag. No.
Yeah, what are you doing? I didn't sign up for this. No.
You might just lay down and stay there.
Probably would.
Yep. Enough of this.
Or you just make sure you didn't get close to him again.
Yeah.
Kind of like the first time I tossed him a slug and he grabbed it.
Oh.
He doesn't trust me as much anymore.
He'll
let it hit the ground and smell the snack before he
starts chomping on it.
Yeah. He's the only dog I've ever had that caught the dang slug, though.
Reflexes.
It's too late.
Oh man,
reflexes. It's too late if you got that slug in your mouth.
Oh, nasty thing.
Yeah.
Yuck. Oh my.
Oh, of course we were rolling so bad. And he's over there licking dirt,
trying to get that out of his mouth. Oh, nasty.
The slug was fine. He crawled right off.
Was it one of those big black slugs?
Yeah, a tiger slug, about 6 inches long.
Yep.
He thought it was a pork rib, and
not so much. That's cold.
We were eating ribs.
Oh my!
The crazy thing is, he can eat the rib faster than you can give it to him.
Oh yeah.
No, we got a whole rack of ribs, on the barbecue. We're eating like crazy, just tossing the bones out there. And they're disappearing faster than we can clean them.
No kidding.
Right up to that slug.
Yeah. So
Then the bones were actually hitting the ground. He was snipping them.
I guess that's a way to slow him down. Oh my.
He's been doing it here. We actually got a little bit of grass.
Yeah.
And, we're basically in the trees. Gotta love that. It's been a while.
Is this the same site that you had the video, your last video on?
Yeah. We'll be here till Sunday, Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's a nice site.
Yeah.
It's like a nice site.
And then we're heading to Eugene, Oregon. For a day, maybe two.
Okay.
And then out to the beach.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'll be out of the beach for at least 3 weeks.
Okay.
Different campgrounds, but at least 3 weeks.
Wow. Well, I am going to Colorado. Rerun's going to Indian Creek Loop. I'm going to Grand Lakes in July. Going to meet Tim and Nicole up there. We've been planning this since we were in Utah.
Let's hope the flies aren't bad at that point.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope they're not. But and I hope there's a moose. I want to see a moose.
You ever seen a moose?
They said there were moose up there. That they were just thick last year. So we'll see.
Yeah.
They were thick on Grand Royal Island too, but I never saw one.
It's the way it always works. I've been walking out in these woods quite a bit since I've been here, and there's elk sign everywhere out here. I've seen deer, no sign of any elk.
No kidding. Yeah, I was going to ask you that because you said that you'd
Yeah.
seen elk signs of elk.
They're all over out there. Deer, they just fly by.
Oh man, very very good.
Yeah, whenever I can get in the mountains, I often see moose up here in the mountains here. So,
Oh really?
oh yeah, yeah, especially along the creek when I'm hiking along the creek up in here,
Yeah.
and there's often moose out in the middle of the creek.
Huh. Yeah, I want to see them. Yep. I don't know if it works that way, Bika.
I think a moose is a moose.
Goose, geese, moose, meese. Hey, Camping Cage. Good to see you.
Hey, camping.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing elk all over the place. You know, driving, I see a lot because I'm sitting up high in my seat.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
get to see quite a bit. This year, I never saw any antelope.
Hmm.
Lots
Okay.
of signs say antelope crossing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, deer crossing. No, that's antelope crossing. Deer look.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
yeah,
out
lots of antelope around here. So,
Yeah. The last time I was in Wyoming, Rick and I were driving back, and we were coming from Wind River Range, Max. We were driving east across the state, and there was nothing. I mean, we didn't see a car for probably 300 miles.
Wow.
But we're
That's a nice
driving
drive.
out of the corner of my eye. I see this something running, a whole herd of something running. And as they got closer, they were elk, and they ran right across in front of us. You know, it was cool.
oh yeah,
It was cool. But yeah,
is
it
that
was
during the migration?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they travel in some pretty big herds during the migration.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
at
a
least
big
I know
herd.
the herds up around Forks, Washington, they can get up to the hundreds and hundreds.
Uh,
Oh
And that's
yeah,
a huge area, but the
Yeah.
herds are so big.
that would be fun. That would be fun.
I haven't seen a lot of moose in the United States. I just haven't. I've got one trip planned, the very northeast tip of Washington for the end of July.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping while we're up there, we get to see some moose and some bear.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a grizzly
Yeah.
again. That would be cool.
I'd like to see it from a distance.
Well, I don't know how far away
Yeah.
it is, but I would just want to see it.
yeah, yeah. I only want to see grizzly from a distance. And we got them moving back into the bighorns here again too. So they're
Oh,
they're
they
moving
get
down from
cut down?
Montana. So
Oh. Eek. No.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure camping sees moose and grizzlies, probably brown bear in his area too.
You know, that's something I never have really figured out. What's the difference between a grizzly and a brown bear?
Not much. There's still a bear.
not much. There's not much.
There's a little bit to the shape of the body
Okay.
Yeah.
where the brown bear is. I can't remember if it's grizzly's closer to a polar bear or the brown bear is closer to a polar bear. Something like that.
Okay. I know the grizzly has the hump, right? The hump on its back.
Yeah. Grizzly has a hump.
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
an old
well-
rockhound.
Yeah. Many years ago, I saw a brown black bear.
Oh,
He
that's
was
interesting.
blonde.
I've seen some brown black bears out here.
That's all you
Or,
got
no,
around
not
there,
out
isn't
here
it?
in Kansas,
Brown
but out
bear
in the,
or
yeah,
black
on
bear?
the,
Brown bear.
the Appalachian.
I know
Yeah,
around
get
here
your
all
picture.
there is black bear.
Yeah.
But I'm middle of Oregon, so I'm not going to see one. That whole trip running out those old logging roads and stuff like that, I didn't see anything. And a couple times I got out and walked around, I didn't even see tracks from anything. But yeah, here I am down in the campground. There's signs of all kinds of critters out here.
Oh, me. Yep. Let's see, we have barren land grizzlies and regular grizzlies. I don't remember what they're called. Big. They're called big and scary. I don't like I like seeing them, but I don't want. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm more scared of mosquitoes and flies.
Oh, really?
Because they will
I
get
can
you.
do without. I can do without both. That's what's nice about the desert here. During the day,
Yeah.
no mosquitoes. But you go out there at night, they'll carry you away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hunting season for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And people are open game. There's no limit.
Oh yeah. Well, at least like where Max is and where I am and where you are, for that matter, they're not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to other places on this country. Holy moly! Like getting up north into northern British Columbia, the flies in Alberta, the flies can just get horrendous.
Yeah.
They'll eat you alive. You know.
Yeah.
When you go down in the
they got
southeast,
those black flies, right?
Yeah, black flies. They eat
New
you.
England.
They're nasty.
Oh man, New England's bad. Yeah, here it's not. It's really not bad. I mean, you get around water and you're going to get mosquitoes, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's really not.
I thought
bad.
when I first got here, because there's a little pond over here, and then I got looking on Google Maps. Well, there's no pond on Google Maps. It's a grass field that's full of water right now, and I'm like, all right. I actually peeled my bug net off the hammock. It's hanging on the end just in case, but I don't need it. I'm not using it.
Yeah.
And that,
you got
so
standing water. You got mosquitoes.
Yeah, but it's too cold right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If it's getting down to 20s night, it's
Yeah. I mean, I was, like I said, it was 24 last night, and I slept like a baby in the hammock.
good.
And the wife's like, "You're crazy." And I'm like, "I am set up for sleeping down to like 10 degrees, so I'm fine."
Yep. Yeah. Now, you got an underquilt and a top quilt, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I got a 40-degree underquilt and a 20-degree basic top quilt sleeping bag type.
Yeah.
But I'm a hot sleeper too.
I am the opposite.
You read Campin's comment about ticks. See, that's the thing we got around here is a lot of ticks. I guess he's got a strategy. He says ticks don't bother him. They turn gray and they fall off.
I like that. I've only ever had still one tick all the years of sleeping outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I must not taste right.
Growing up as a kid, we got them, but not anymore. I use permethrin on my clothes. Max is recycling. There he is.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened there.
Is mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
I do have a bug net
Yeah.
in my hammock, so I don't have to worry about it too much. I can just zip up my bug net and call her good.
Yeah. Yep.
I woke up about 3:30, just after the moon set or something like that last night or this morning.
Yeah.
And was watching the sky because I got my tarp, soaring high, so I can look out and see the sky. And I didn't see nothing for the meteor shower tonight. It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to get up, dress really warm, grab my chair, go sit out in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
There's a field also not too far from me too, so
There were a few meteors last night in the south, and the moon was setting. Man, it was pretty. I don't know what it looked like there, but it was
I
orange.
can't. There's too many trees to watch it set.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
we don't have that
It
problem.
was
in
straight
Kansas.
up at one point. Like, hey, that's nice.
In Kansas, I can say, look at that tree over there, and you'll know exactly which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, you sure you can see
Probably
that
more.
10, 12 miles away?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The moon was gorgeous. It was just orange, and it was about a quarter of a moon, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah. Well, we got what, full moon next week?
Next week should be, yeah.
Yeah. Which will be interesting depending on where I'm at. I'm probably going to be down on the beach in the trees and not even see the moon. Unless I drive out, and I might do that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Go down to the sand dunes and see if I can get some good shots.
Toward the end of next week, I'm hoping to go out and do a couple more photo shoots. So, I want to go to a place that's called Coronado Heights. It's right. It's in the central part of the state, up toward in the upper third, I guess, of the state, and it was supposed to be the end point where Coronado when he was coming through looking for El Dorado.
Yeah, the lost city of gold.
Yeah, and he got there, and then the natives had enough.
How do you make it that far through Kansas without giving up, though?
I guess gold was just really on his mind. But the natives got tired of him, and they attacked him, and that's when he scooted out of here. Went back, but I'm going to go there next week and try to get a picture of in the 30s. I guess it's probably WPA. They built like a castle up there. They call it Coronado Heights. It's on top of the hill where he was supposedly finally decided to turn around and head back to Mexico. But I would like to get a picture of the Milky Way coming over the top of that castle. That's my goal.
You're going to plan on at least a couple days up there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so you can line it up.
Yeah. I went up there. I did a recon and went up there and got it lined up on what I want to do. So I know where I want to be. But, if one night doesn't work, I'll stay another night to get it. If it does work, I'm going to go to a couple of other places. There's an old limestone barn that was built in the late, I guess 1870. I think 1871 is when it was built. That I want to get another picture of that. Still with this story, sort of going across Kansas. So the first video comes out this Friday about prehistoric Kansas. And then I'll do a video every 2 weeks after that.
Cool. That's too bad where I'm at. All the national monuments are closed. Parks are closed.
Oh, really?
Everything's closed for the season. I'm right next to one of the largest lava flows out there. And the place is closed.
Really?
I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
It's
Now
The
I'm
only thing
gone.
open is a visitor center. Well, that's no fun.
hey.
And then where I was going to go yesterday had a huge obsidian flow.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go hiking up into that. And I was like, well, I can't even get close.
Well,
There's too much snow.
Huh.
Well,
That's my guess. It's too much snow.
it's just hard for me to imagine, the snow in May. I'm trying to get my head around that.
Me too. I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect timing to be here in this area.
Yeah.
I can go see, there's like 7 national monuments right in this area.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, they're all closed.
Wow. That's
And
wild.
we were going to go to
Huh.
Crater Lake, but the odds are it's probably still closed too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that's a pretty good drive from here because the road from here to Crater Lake is
Huh.
closed.
Crazy. Yeah, spring hits you, Mac. I mean, you don't have snow around there, do you?
No, the mountains, yes. The mountains, yes.
Yeah.
Down here in the basin, no. So it's all gone down here. Muddy.
Yeah.
I wanted to go out in the desert, but I drove out probably about a mile and a half, and it got so muddy, and I was already in 4-wheel drive, and I said,
Yeah. That's all you need to do.
turn around, went back.
Huh.
Yeah, loaded up my backpack and my camera gear and stuff, and then just
Went
wasted
home.
time.
And that was me yesterday. I was ready to go, and it's like, oh man, you gotta be kidding! I left my axe sitting on the picnic table. My shovel was sitting on the picnic table. I'm like, I got nothing else. I can't push it.
Oh.
A hammer is not going to dig me out.
No.
No.
The claw hammer, maybe you could get.
And it was interesting because at one point I'm going sideways down the road in the Jeep,
Good.
and I'm actually pointed to shoot off the road, and I'm still just going sideways down the road. My backside decided one rut, my front side decided another, and I was like, oh, I'm getting out of here. No.
Man, oh man, oh man. No. That's insane. That's insane.
I mean, we had a storm come through, and it was cold. All it did was rain here. It was no big deal, but all the hills are white. So I never even thought about it. It's like, start heading into the hills. It's white.
That's wild. Yeah, we've had a lot of rain. I'm not complaining though, because come August with morning rain here, it'll be bone dry, and farmers will be needing it drying up.
Yeah.
But right now we're in good shape.
Well, I just figured, I'll be back here. I've been here before, and I'll be back here at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it a little later in the year. Stay in Klamath Falls for an extra day, because that's really close to Crater Lake.
Oh, okay.
And I want to hike at least part of the trail around the lake. I'd love to do it all, but I don't think the wife's got the patience for that one. That's not a small hike. It's a pretty good distance around the lake.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want to get up here and do some of these lava flows and the obsidian flows and these monuments that are all over here in Eastern Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got a good friend he lives in Oregon, but I think he's on the west side. I don't think he's east. I need to check with him.
That's where I'm heading next week, the west side. I miss the beach.
Yeah.
Almost as much as I miss the big trees too.
Well, that's what I love mountains. I love mountains.
Yeah. I like mountains in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like watching other people's videos of the beaches and the cliffs and the blue ocean and stuff like that. But for myself, no.
I like it all.
Yeah.
After a while, I haven't been to the beach since last July.
Huh.
So I'm kind of missing that.
Yeah.
And then I spend so much time in the South where there are no real trees. I get to missing the trees pretty good too. I've gotten a pretty good dose since I've been here. Like I said, driving on these old logging roads, the pine forests are pretty cool. We went through a couple burn zones. I think one burn zone was like 5 miles. We drove through a burn zone. Just nothing but dead, burned trees.
Yeah.
Talk about depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have that smell, especially when it gets wet. Well, my daughter's bought me a book of, I don't know how to really say this, but Mexican, is it cenotes or cenotes? They're they're like sinkholes along the side of the ocean, but these holes, and divers go in these and explore them, and they're just all kinds of really cool pictures of, but they're underwater photos, and something I'll never do because I don't swim that good. But
I don't either.
I would love to.
I don't swim that good, no matter how good I swim.
Yeah,
I like to stay places where I know I can breathe.
yeah.
I can't breathe water.
And that's one of the things I was telling the wife. I've been watching my buddy Don do these videos, and he gets depressed hiking through these burn areas, and that's how I felt when we were driving through there.
Yeah. That's what Bika was talking about. Seeing Don going through those burn areas on his videos.
I mean, I get it. The stuff burns.
But yeah, it does. It does.
And it has to. I mean, it's part of the cycle. Well, I just found out yesterday that someone burned a old wooden trestle up by Mount Rainier.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's
they have a dinner train that runs up that, and now they're done.
No kidding.
Because they're not going to.
Yeah, until they can rebuild that trestle. It got completely consumed. It's gone. It's nothing but the rails hanging down. I saw that video.
How did it burn? Do you know?
Man-made.
No kidding.
Yep.
Somebody set it on fire?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
it's one of those old wooden trestles. Those things were built great.
Yeah.
Because they're still in use. And now this poor company that runs that dinner train is basically shut down.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's just, I don't get it.
I mean,
do you know if they caught the guy?
I have no idea about that part. I got probably as much information as you, but a buddy of mine just got back from camping up in the Olympics. And he says, yeah.
Oh, I hope they do.
Home, that's the first thing I found out. I'm like, you got to be kidding. We used to go up there all the time,
Yeah.
I hope they catch who did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably won't, but yeah, they literally burned the whole wooden trestle down.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was a bunch of punks or somebody did it on purpose. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But still, doesn't matter.
I mean, that seems like it'd take a lot of effort.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to get a good fire going to burn a trestle down.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hobby's right. I mean, it just, once it gets to going, it's going to go. But
yeah,
man.
Well, yeah, I mean, the material they use is wood and soaked in the flammable materials.
Well, yeah. Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
But you still got to get a hot enough burn to get her started.
To catch. Yeah. Yeah. Man. So. Oh my. You ever hike and you're hiking and you just hit a wall. And you think, man, I just can't go any further.
Oh, well,
More than once.
I've hit a wall, but I kept pushing myself to get back to the car. I was thinking, well, I'm going to wind up camping here tonight but I just, I just said, no, I'm going to keep going. But boy, when I got to the car, it was just like collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a hike up in the Olympics one time. We left our lunch behind.
Oh no.
And it's like, okay, we're looking at a 12-mile hike. And we're talking four-wheel drive terrain to get up there, and you're bouncing off trees coming back. We get up there, we open our packs up. All we had was a mason jar of whiskey. And it's like, all right, throw that back in the pack. We're not doing that, Where's the lunch and the water and stuff like that? Luckily, there's lots of water to be had, but it was like, all right, we're hiking back down. We stayed up there swimming and stuff like that for a while. Came back down. We got about halfway down that bugger. We had like 3 miles left to camp.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here on this log, and I'm like, we didn't have our water bottles or nothing. So we're, using our hands every time we come across the creek to drink.
Tony.
It was a bad trip.
Yes,
we got back to camp, ate our lunch, ate our dinner, ate our lunch for the next day. And we got home after the whole thing, and we still had that jar of whiskey untouched. It's like, God damn, that was not on the list at that point. But yeah, at one point when we realized we didn't have our water bottles and our food, sitting right there on the picnic table in camp, and we hiked a couple miles up the road to get to the trailhead, and I was like, we're sitting up there, sitting on a rock, and it's like, you gotta be kidding me. No food, no water. Like I said, water was plentiful, so that wasn't an issue. But you do a hike like that without any snacks or sandwiches or nothing. It's like, oh.
And the mind game. I'm really hungry. It's like Bika says, she thinks about McDonald's whenever she hits the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do that, but I start thinking about that big old bag of kiwis we had at camp, or whole loaf of bread made into sandwiches.
I get to thinking about a burger, a big juicy burger, and Coke for some reason. And I don't drink Coke, but I start thinking about a Coca-Cola.
Weird. I did have a Coke the other day. I drank about half of it before I gave up.
Yeah, I haven't drank.
I don't know why I was craving it.
That's sort of what I'm feeling right now. I feel like I just hit a wall.
That's what I got right here is a Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. There you are. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've done, especially up in the Olympics, where you're basically climbing straight up. There's times it's like, oh man, well, you just sit down, drink some water, relax, get your head straight, then keep going.
Yeah.
Especially when you're packing like we used to, the 50-pound packs, I do not miss those days.
No, that was Army days.
Fully loaded now, I think I'm still under 20 pounds with food, water, and everything. I'm happy.
With my camera gear, I'll be 21 pounds.
See, I don't bring the extra camera gear if I'm hiking hard.
Yeah.
The GoPro is heavy enough.
When I go to Spain, that's all I'm taking. I'm just taking my action camera.
Yeah.
Because
light and easy. And there's been times where I've gone and I filmed on my phone. It's like I'm bringing it either way. I might as well just light my load a little bit more and just use my phone for filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what. Yeah. When I go over there, because that will be, you really don't take cooking. You don't take a tent. You don't take a heavy sleeping bag. You do take a a sleep. I'm taking a quilt, but
Yeah.
light quilt. But yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Well,
say.
I mean, the one thing you have to have is you have to have your rain gear,
Yep.
Mm.
umbrella probably,
Yep.
for both the rain and the sun.
And the sun. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places where the sun is.
Outside of that, you're just what you could get by with a wool blanket and a bag of snacks. Which anymore, a wool blanket weighs more than a sleeping bag. So
Well, that's why
Yeah.
I've got a little down blanket that weighs nothing. I mean, I think it weighs 8 ounces,
wow,
and it's a 45-degree blanket.
oh, that'd probably be perfect.
Yeah, that's all I need. Just take that in it, and it goes down to about that big around, and about that long. It's a little bitty light thing.
So you can be running like a 25 liter or something.
What's that?
You gonna be running like a 25-liter pack or a 20-liter?
I'm taking a 30-liter pack, but I won't.
Okay.
I don't need it all.
Right.
But that's what I've got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma Gatewood carry my duffel bag over my shoulder.
Well, duffel bag. That looked more like what do you call it? Pillowcase.
Yeah. She's my hero. Grandma Gatewood was amazing. And,
And she did it.
yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, shoes couldn't have been comfortable. Clothes couldn't have been that comfortable, especially if you got wet. She's wearing all cotton.
All cotton. She's wearing.
Her bag was not waterproof.
No. High top kids or something that she was wearing. High top sneakers. Or shoes. Just. Yeah, when folks started complaining about their gear, I'd always refer them back to Grandma Gatewood.
Yeah.
And she did it 3 times. And she told her family, I'm just going to go out for a little walk. You know what she was going to do? She was gone.
I'll be back next year.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
man.
what, when I walked out into the hills, that's all I said. I'm going for a walk. Wool blanket over my shoulder. I was gone. 18 months later, I came back.
Oh, goodness.
Well, that's what my hikes are anymore, is a walk.
Yeah.
I don't go very far anymore.
That's reasonable. I don't.
Everything hurts now. The knees hurt. The back hurts. I got a cardiac condition.
Yeah.
Well,
I find myself just keep walking.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, I probably should turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just hard to turn around. You're having such a good time. You just then you go, oh, I need to turn around and go back. But
when I'm hiking out in the desert, it's mostly flat.
Yeah.
And I don't realize the miles. I just don't realize. If it wasn't for my app telling me how many miles I've gone, I wouldn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Because it looks like camp's right over there.
Yeah.
It is right over there. I can still see the Jeep, but I'm like 10 miles away.
Yep. Desert messes with you. It really does. And yeah. It's been. I'm figuring probably this hike this September. That'll be my last long hike. I probably won't be doing any more of those.
Yeah.
And
now I wish I could, but I know I can't. So I'm not going to push it.
Now get your mile in maybe and call her good, right?
A couple of miles. I go about a mile out and a mile back,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching her rerun. Her yesterday, I think, came out. And she's pumping breast milk, hiking down the trail.
That's Dixie. That's Dixie.
It's like, I get it. I mean, I get it.
She's a trip. She's a trip. Yeah. I'm anymore. You know, I've got enough. All the people that I watch their videos, I don't have time to then watch Dixie or any of the ones I used to watch, like Darwin. I used to watch Darwin all the time. Just don't anymore. So.
And I can't wait. Darwin's doing the Alaskan trip this summer, and that'll be nice to watch because when he does his filmography of his trips,
Yes,
those are great videos.
yes, yeah, they are.
The bathtub water source, yeah, and a cow pasture.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, me. Well, guys, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
For you.
I got
At 5 o'clock here.
4 o'clock here.
It's on the hour. How's that?
Right.
Well,
So,
time to go make some dinner.
yeah, I'm gonna go have some. Let's see. I am. If you're available, I'm planning on probably next week again, and then I'll be gone. The 19th, I'll be gone. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
try to get it.
I might be able to make it next week. I'll probably be on my phone
Okay.
because our rig's going to be in the shop on the 12th.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I might be in a park somewhere. I might be in a parking lot. I don't know.
All right. Well, if y'all can, never.
I might even try
All right.
a live. I might even try a live or two, or just to get something on here. You know. But I used the free version of StreamYard though, so I got the watermark up in the corner. So
Yeah.
I do too.
Well, that's all right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for something I barely
don't care.
use.
it's free.
Exactly.
All right. Well, guys, I'll let you go for now. And
All right. Well, everybody have a good night and thanks for coming.
thank
you
guys.
all take care.
Join us.
We'll see you the next time around.
All right. Y'all take care. Good night. God
Bye-bye.
bless. Take care.